It's the love on the south side, yeah, that's right. Reppin' in the wood, got my hustle tight. From Chi-Town streets where the wind blows fierce, built up like steel, can't nobody pierce.
Okay. Okay, I'm back. Nobody's here yet. I am back. I am back. Okay, hold on. Um, hmm. Hold on. Hold on. I'm back. I got an interview today with Nate Fields. I didn't think it was gonna happen. That's why I kind of didn't say much about it. Let's see if I can send it. So give it a minute. And I never like announced it. Um, hold on. Normally I don't like to say, "Oh, let's get more people in the room." Okay, let's do it this way. Uh, let's see. Hold on, y'all. Nobody's here. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Just waiting for people to come in the room. Interview with Nate Fields. Senior, I got an interview. Let's see. Junior. Okay. Oh gosh. Let's see what he says. Okay. Copy email. Well, okay, let's see. Oh, you know what? Okay, Ian. All right. Yes, I'm if you in the bushes, come out, come out, come out. Okay. This we're gonna do. Let's see. Let's change the thumbnail. How do I change the thumbnail? Um, yes. I just waiting. He's coming. And we're just gonna have a why didn't I go to the stage? Oh, there I am. I'm like, where am I? Yes, I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out how to change the thumbnail to say that we have a special guest tonight. And that's why I'm back so quickly. Yes, I'm back. And okay. I just got off live. And you know what? People left. Dang. Well, you know what? Um We are waiting, connecting stream so with live viewers will be able to find your stream once you go live. And I am live. Yes, I'm live. You can hear me, right? Right, right. Okay. What I need to do? Email. Um, okay, let's see. Okay. I don't have a I literally uh, okay. I ain't gonna trip. Okay. I know. I'm a little behind the times. Uh how many? Okay, so I ain't tripping. Maybe he will have the conversation. Maybe Jones. Okay. It was sent. All right, so right now this is gonna be an intimate moment. Let me change my I'm glad the one stayed. Thank you for staying. I'm still waiting for it's waiting for the software. upload. I'm sorry. Hey, it is what it is, y'all. But I appreciate this one who's sticking around. And we're just having a conversation, a personal time, and go from there. Unfortunately, I just got off live. Hey, Wayman Smith, how you doing? How you doing? I appreciate you coming. Hey, listen, it's not that I didn't forget that I had an interview with Nate today, but I had an interview with Nate Fields, and about whenever he comes up, he's gonna hop on for a minute with us. And I'm glad you're here, Wayman. And if you have any questions, I'm depending on you to let me know. Um, which help give me some advice. I have did I did some. I'll do the thumbnail later. Yes, hey Wayman. So we just waiting on Mr. Nate Fields. He's coming. I know. I just got off live and I got a text message say, "Are we going live today?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I totally screwed that up. I totally screwed that up." But I'm here now, right? So I suspect people will find us as we go. And listen, we're just having an intimate moment. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but yeah, I didn't have a lot of questions for Nate. I just wanted to make sure that we have some knowledge about Mr. Fields Jr. Well, I want this first interview. Let's see, what should I do this as, Wayman? Yes. He should be coming any moment now, I assume. I didn't get a kickback from the email. Um, let's see. Okay. Oh, there go Nate. Okay. Hey, Nate.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay. Let me tell you, I had more people in the room. I had just got offline.
Uh-huh.
I just did a live, and I was like, then you sent me that message. I said, "Oh God, I thought it was yesterday we was doing it."
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? It was supposed to be yesterday, and I looked at the calendar that you sent me, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
okay, maybe she needed to do it the next day. So I was okay with that. So I told you I was gonna meet with you, and so
I appreciate it, Nate. A big virtual hug for you. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I cannot complain. How about you?
I'm doing well.
That's good.
Um, I just want to have a quick, I just want to make sure you get out here. I wanted to make sure at least, everybody want a piece of Nate. So I want to get my piece in before everybody get their piece in.
Well, you got your piece.
Yeah. So how do you feel? I mean, even though you don't deal with Dalton like that, but I saw you was at the election yesterday. How was that for you?
It was great. I was just soaking in all of the energy that was in the room. I'm really happy for the residents of Dalton. They
Mm,
did what they had to do. They showed out. So
they
I was
did.
there in the spirit with them and the clean house crew. So they did what they
Yes.
had to do.
Yes. One question I have for you. Um, do you, because I had watched Dear Woke Christian's interview and you
Uh-huh.
said you didn't have a slate yet. Did you like take the time and like push it in gear for yourself?
Not necessarily, only
Mhm.
because I don't know enough about the candidates. You know,
Oh.
um, I would hate for things to turn around and come back and bite us later. So
Mm-hmm.
Um, with that being said, I would have liked to know more about the candidates, or there's some type of a Q&A, or some type of a like a forum to see what their interests are, their background and etc. But I would love to have a slate. Maybe we can put
Yeah.
something. Actually, there's a guy interested in putting something together. I have to text him and
Oh,
see if he would be interested. But if I'm able to get a panel going and speak to the different trustees running,
yes.
I would love to put a slate together.
Mhm. Well, here, I'm one of your supporters. So when I saw that first, let me tell you, there was before first I wasn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Then when I was at the Thornton Township, and the lady said she came up there, a couple of people, sorry, and she was like, "Is Nate here?" I'm like, "Oh, he's for real, for real." They wanted to fill out, sign your ballot. I mean, file
Oh,
your petition. What is it
oh,
called?
okay. Yeah, the petition.
The petition.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I said, "Oh, and then when I heard you speak at that electoral board, I was like, okay, I see. Okay, now I see why he's where he's at."
Well,
So, do you have a mentor?
at the moment, no. I'm soaking in as much information as I can and filtering
Hmm.
out what's not necessary. And so, I learned a lot from my elders. So
Yes.
I'm grateful for that. A lot of people my age and younger don't necessarily listen or think that what their elders have to say are important, but
True.
they'll end up finding out later down the line, and then they find out too late. So I
That's
think
true.
I think that what we need to do is bridge that gap so that our youngins out here
Hmm.
can start to learn things early on, and then they'll be up to speed by the time they meet us, 30, 33.
33. I heard what you said about that 33. Question. Wayman, he has a question. Do you feel that people will vote for Nate due to his age? Do you feel that people will vote for you due to your age, or you and experience after Tiff Tiff tragedy?
Okay, yeah, I do. I know for a fact that my age has been a bit of a challenge because
Mhm.
people are under the assumption that I'm not old enough, but they have to stay mindful that in 2 years I could run for president. You know,
Mm.
um, and if you're not prepared, but you're 35 and you can run for president, who's to say that you can't?
Oh,
You
well,
know,
not
I,
vote.
I don't I don't
Okay.
think there's any law that says that a 33-year-old can't run for a local office. Then consider
Yeah.
Thornton. You know, township government is one of the oldest forms of government in the nation, and
Hmm.
Thornton Township is actually one of the oldest townships to be created, like one of the first townships to be created in the state of Illinois.
Okay.
So nobody really knew about us until Tiffany Henyard. You know.
And like I always say, I didn't know about I mean, I knew about the Thornton Township. I heard the word. I saw the building in Riverdale, but
Hmm.
until like my mother had to use it, that's when I realized, oh, okay, now I know what they do. But before then, we had no use for it. We didn't go to the food pantry. We didn't go to the senior facility, so we didn't have to
Yeah.
until now.
See, but I learned a lot. Although
Hmm.
people aren't used to me, um, a lot of the past employees that worked at the township are probably tired of me by now. But although I seem young, and there's younger people that look older than me, so maybe if I, put on a beard or something, or dye my hair gray a little bit, I'll look the part. But I don't think that 33 is too young. No.
No. And and I always reflect to this also is I remember when Obama came to our church and I knew nothing about him. But as soon as you heard him speak, you knew where he was supposed to be. So I think I encourage you to always continue to your the way you interact and the way you speak. That's what people will gravitate and forget your age, especially when you had that knowledge and what have you.
It's true.
So,
We'll
but
see.
yeah. So I know you had a lot of questions. Oh, yeah, wait a minute, he cleared that up. He said, "Will not vote for you due to your age." I think that have you even have you started like voting drives? I mean, I'm just saying because in high school, some of them are 18 years old.
Yeah.
Uh, like, how do you plan to get more people out? Because unlike like the president, you had a big screen TV and you can watch them on television. But the unfortunate part with these small towns and township, it's hard to get communicate who you are. So how are you planning on getting that out about yourself?
You know, I do feel that I've been campaigning for a really long time. You know,
Hmm.
just not recently. Um, I've always put my name on everything. Nate Fields, Nate Fields. I have a lot of friends that still live in the area that I went to high school with and South Suburban College with. Now, I worked for South Suburban College for 2.5 years as a manager,
Okay.
and um, I also worked for a few years as a registration specialist. So,
Oh, at
yeah,
that
so
at that desk.
yeah, yeah. So,
Okay.
so a lot of students and adults will come and
Mm-hmm.
I will register their classes, and then
Mm-hmm.
once I moved into the manager position, I was in charge of managing the various student groups and organizations within South Suburban College. So it
Okay.
started to become a cycle of people coming in and out, and I was right there to greet them in the beginning
Mm-hmm.
of the process and while they were in school. And
Yes.
so, aside from that, working at the township, going to all the public events, and just being around the community, I think that a great deal of my support will come from people that I've already known and worked with and and interconnected with over the
Hmm.
years. But as far as now, it's gotta get them yard signs out.
Yeah. Oh, I got my yard sign. So, like I had told you at the last time I saw you, I said there's a community of people that have not been touched. Right. We have a lot
Yeah.
of Spanish speaking people in our communities.
Hmm.
Have you have gotten a chance to, like I said, go see what's her name? Was Rosa? She has that new health foods. What's that? What's that called? What is that? They make them shakes and stuff right on
Oh,
Halsted.
on Halsted.
Yes, on by the railroad track between Phoenix and um, Harvey. And like she's like one of the people who have a heart of the Spanish speaking community. Like you need to, I'm just saying, because you're gonna need those numbers that people have not touched to go over that, because um there's a lot of Spanish speaking community. And if you want to like incorporate them, and I think they probably feel like they are not a part of the community because we don't normally um have anything for them or talk about them.
Right.
But I'm just saying, there's
No, you're
just
right. You're absolutely right.
community.
Yeah. Well, as of right now, I have a few friends that are Hispanic.
Hmm.
Actually at the South Holland Rec in the sauna, talking to a few of actually one of my friends, and he had a partner with him.
Oh,
But he said he was going to tell his family about the election. But you're right. I do need to reach out to more of the various groups that are untouched, and I do plan
yes.
on putting something together.
Mm.
And I don't want to too much explain it right now, right here, because I
Oh,
don't
no, I
want
understand.
you
Keep it on the low.
know.
But I'm just saying, like, if you can talk to Rosa, and she has different events that she had at her shop in the back that you can possibly they come there. And I'm just saying, I want to see you win, but I want them to see it where they didn't see it was coming from. And okay. And so do you think that in the next 2 months, what is your 30-day goal at this point, like right as of today? Like from here to February 25th to March 25th. What are your goals?
As far as the 25th, I do plan on having a lot of yard signs all over Thornton Township. I'll be delivering
Yes.
yard signs all day, you know.
Mm,
We have a large township. This is the largest township in the state of Illinois,
yeah.
um,
Yes.
in terms of population. But
Yes. Yes, because I'm like, you have to go to you have to connect with Homewood, Markham, Blue Island, Lansing. You got a lot. I hope you got your good gym shoes on.
Well, you know what um, a lot of politicians do is mailers. So mailers
Okay.
go a long way.
Ooh,
And although
okay.
although we don't necessarily have to push anything on, as far as signage, we send those mailers.
Mm-hmm.
Then, especially if we do phone calling. So we're working
Oh,
on phone.
robocalls.
Yeah, phone polling, and
Mm-hmm.
I expect that to go a long way as well. But yeah, it is a lot for yard signs. So we'll have
Yes.
to
Okay.
time.
You say what?
I said we'll have to see when that time. I actually don't know what's going to happen on the 25th. I'm
Okay.
just.
It just
It seemed like it's just me, myself, and I in this. So
hey, listen, you just after seeing that lady come, it was a couple of people that came out looking for you that day. You just have to put that call out and people will come.
mm.
You know you got that it factor, but you staying humble with it and it's good. But just put
I
it out there. People will
me,
come. People will come.
I don't know. You know what? I'm an Aries,
Oh.
and the flame that I had when I was younger has
Hmm.
morphed into like a blue flame now, where it's like not so hot and you can barely see it, and it's like subtle right now. But
Yes,
I'm trying to get
yes.
that flame in control so I can ignite it when I need to. You get what I'm saying?
I understand.
So it's been a major setback for me because life be life, and you
Life be
know.
life. Things got to be done. And yes, I understand. And I met your father before. I told you that before
Mhm.
I saw him the day of that night of that fight. But I had met him before. And I was like, oh. He told me he was your uncle. Then you said, no, that's my dad. I was like, oh, and he told me who he was. I said, oh, let me go and sit down somewhere. Um, Deborah said, "Hey everyone she's from Arizona. Hello to Mr. Enfield, Nate Fields. I saw your interview with Jed a while back, and I knew you would be a great asset. Thornton Township needs a new face in a new era to reach the young people."
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely
Yes.
agree. I absolutely agree. And
And
I hate to say it, but because of the previous supervisor, or now a lot of
mm-hmm.
young people are paying attention to Thornton Township. So
Yeah.
I want to make it my goal to, in some way, shape, or form, influence those young people that are paying attention to Thornton Township.
Yes. Yes.
Um, and with that being said, I'm interested in expanding our community relations department.
Mm,
Um, I don't know. I think there's various ways that we can go with that, but
mm-hmm.
we do need someone to reach out to the youth and interact with the youth, whether it's through podcast or
Yeah.
outings, or something that engages them and brings them into a safe environment, so they have other things to do. But,
Yeah. And that's pretty good too.
thank you so much.
You said what's the last part?
I was saying thank you to Deborah for that
Oh
for that
yeah,
message.
Deborah. Yeah. Yes, and you're right also that they have some for seniors. Um, they have stuff for kids because they had a youth program. They have a youth program, but you don't know really what the youth program really does. I did see a youth van yesterday. I said, "Oh, that's a youth van from Thornton Township." Never seen a day in my life. I'm like, "Where they going?"
So look, let me tell you what they do. The
Okay.
Youth and Family Services Department, in the past, had a summer enrichment program where
Mm-hmm.
kids would go and pretty much an after school program, as well as a daytime program for kids of a specific age. I think like as young as 6 to like 14, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken. And then every summer they would do days in the park, where they would go to the
Oh.
parks throughout the city, throughout the township, and host a days in the park where they feed people,
Oh.
they play music, they do dance contests, they have a couple small artists out performing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Youth and Family Service has a family counseling, but it seems like it's all family oriented. Like The
Okay.
kids, the fact that the mom and dad would bring the child,
Hmm.
to the summer program or to counseling or, to the days in the park. It's not really a basis upon a young individual saying, "Hey, I need to go to Thornton Township for this."
Mm.
They may have family matters where they can't go home.
Right.
Can they come to Thornton Township? You know,
Right.
what do we have for them? And I do know a lot of kids out here that I don't know them personally, but I know that they there's not a lot for them to do out here, so they end up falling for the peer pressure of doing things that it's not too good for them.
Yes. No, I see that, and I live in Harvey, so I do
Oh yeah,
understand what you're
I'm
saying.
sorry. Yeah, I'm speaking to people outside of this area.
Yeah, I do understand that portion. Um, that'd be good. So, in your thought process, do you think that would be in? Because I thought they had something in Riverdale for youth. I didn't. I don't know.
Yes, the youth and family services department is in Riverdale.
Oh, okay. So that
Yes,
makes
it's right on
sense.
Halsted, and I think 143rd.
Oh, I thought
Right by
always
that
thought that
bridge.
was just yes. It's right on the corner across the street from the park. I always thought that was for the seniors. I didn't know youth are there. It's a youth facility also.
Oh yeah, it's a youth facility. Yeah, they actually use
Ah,
that room upstairs for senior workout classes. So I think that's
ah,
what you might have seen.
okay.
The senior services department is located in Calumet City on Huntington Drive.
Oh,
Yep.
I never knew that there was one in Calumet City. To be honest.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Oh,
really close to South Holland. So you know where Home Depot is?
yes.
Yeah, it's
I
right
said
behind
what?
that Home Depot. It's like a little strip behind Home Depot. You can by Ileana Financial, that bank right on 170th.
Yes.
Yep,
I
it's
didn't know
that
that.
street right there. You go all the way back, and that's the senior services building.
Okay, I never seen it. If you never use it, you'll never. But I want to say, um, this Cassandra, and I had told her this also. I was saying Cassandra, the assessor.
Hmm.
One thing I appreciated about her, and I hope that Thornton Township does more of this. She used to give out seminars and stuff like that for seniors, and it was
Hmm.
to help the and it actually helped my mother also. That things you can do as a senior to protect your property. So when you retire, when you pass away, so you don't go into foreclosure. And I hope that they do more for the seniors, like it's heard, like on their well Christian, like financial, but also teach the young people about finances. I mean, they should teach it in school, but like you said, we at some point we all gonna have to go through certain points in our life that we need assistance for something. And it'd be nice to go to the Thornton Township to get it.
It's true. True.
Yeah. Well, that was my banter.
No, I'm thinking about it. That is actually something that we should enforce. A blueprint because it's the standard every time. So if you print it out once, you always have it, and then you can show.
Facts.
You know.
Yes. Wayman, Nate, what do you propose to do for the township? And do you have others on your team with the same vision?
On my team, I think what do I plan to do with the township? I think the way that things were before the new administration was pretty good. Um,
Mm,
if if I must say,
mhm,
I don't plan on doing a whole lot, considering I'm just running for supervisor. I don't have a bunch of trustees that could help.
mm,
That we can all vote on things together. So since I'm just the supervisor, it's really just my job to supervise internally at the township on a day-to-day operation. Now, um, I'd like to propose opening a farmers market, a Thornton Township farmers market.
yeah.
I'd like to propose having um, similar to Comic Con. Have you heard of Comic Con? It's a convention, a comic convention.
Comic kind?
Comic Con.
What is that?
It's a comic convention that's held every year. I believe in Chicago, And it's like
It,
it's basically a big convention that a lot of people come to, and it's really artsy and
mm,
cartoonish, and people dress up, and there's performances, and it's
oh,
yeah, it's really fun and engaging, and
okay.
people fly in from all over the place. So I'd like to propose a convention similar to that at the River Oaks Mall in Calumet City.
Oh,
But
are
you
kidding me.
know, although I'd like to do it, but without the votes, what can we do? So the goal is to
Yes,
work with the board and see what interests, what we can come together and agree with. So I'm here being a mediator, and I got to sit in the middle of a board of trustees. But
yes.
as far as the internal things with Thornton Township, we can create and plan events as long as the
Mm.
budget allows.
But doesn't a lot of those events are under grant money?
No, not necessarily.
No. Okay.
No,
So the bingos are not under grant. They don't use grant money for the bingos.
not to my knowledge.
Okay. Well, hey, listen. I don't know. I just get it from the YouTube people. You know, the YouTube is undefeated. Oh, okay. Let me ask you another question from the audience. Nate, what do you? Oh
That's the
no,
same.
I did that one already. Okay. From Wayman, regarding activities for the youth, I know a bicycling program that is geared towards the youth.
That is actually something that Thornton Township did before.
Or did they?
Yeah, it wasn't a program, so to say. I think it was just an event that was held for the youth to
Oh,
ride bikes, but they had some chaperones, of course, that were employees of Thornton Township. But
oh,
I like that idea, gets people out and active. So
yes,
definitely like that, and I'm really big on health. So if I can
ah,
push some type of more moving, because I noticed over the years a lot of people don't walk anymore unless
mm-mm,
they have to. They don't ride bikes. They don't skate.
no, yeah,
Nobody skateboards.
that's
Everybody's in a
true.
car or sitting down at home on the couch. You know,
Yes,
and so
yeah,
I'd like to see this act. I don't know if people are afraid to be out, or if they fear somebody might do something to them, but we gotta change that for real.
yes. And I think once you start changing the narrative of the youth, their thought process, because again, I knew a couple of people who used to be in that program for the cutting of the grass when they was in high school.
Mm.
So, and I'm like, oh, they should be doing more of that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that helps
Unfortunately,
people. And they always talk about there's no jobs in the community. This is a way to help children or young people to help their family with uh
with bills.
with
Yeah.
bills. Yes. So, because I recently, maybe it's in the springtime, I had seen like Thornton Township had people going door to door. I mean, I don't know if they had a list or what. They came to our house, but I saw them coming, and I said, "Oh, I waited till they left before I went in the house." And but there were a lot of there were young people,
Yeah.
and I didn't know if they had some kind of team out or something. Yeah, they do.
You said this was recent.
This was back in the springtime.
Okay, spring. They were probably young kids. They move more in packs now.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
the young ones.
But they was in a Thornton Township band.
Oh, you're talking about okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
so that was probably the Days in the Park group. If they were,
Oh,
yeah. Did they all have the same color shirts on?
yeah. I think yeah, they had the same colored shirts on. Yes.
That was the youth committee.
Oh, okay. And see, that's the thing. I like to see what you hear so much in the news about how the young people are doing this, the young people are doing that, but there's a lot of positive things are going on in the youth. So, I appreciate that.
For sure.
It's good to see that. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Fields, this is from Deborah. I have a good feeling about you and what you can do to educate, support, and inspire the young people. Whatever the outcome of the election, don't give up because God has a plan for you. Amen.
Deborah.
Let's see, Octavia. Hey, Octavia. Octavia want to know, where did you celebrate last night?
I was at the clean house party.
Yeah,
hmm
I know. That had been an adrenaline rush. I like when they play They Not Like Us and they came out dancing. I was like, oh, we're going to see this tomorrow. I hope you got your theme music when you win.
I
I
got
mean,
some
that is
options lined up. I do have some
okay.
options lined up for sure.
Oh, okay. Hey, the real McCoy. Nate say he got a big heart for you. The
Okay.
real McCoy say, I'm really late getting here, but does Nate have any plans for the seniors to stay a tight group or community?
A tight group or community. Now I'm going to continue Big Bingo, but
Okay.
I do have plans. I think that these seniors would love the way that I operate Big Bingo. Well, Bingo. I don't want to say Bingo because
Take
it's
the
not.
big out.
Yeah, it's going to be Bingo.
Yeah.
Uh, but the gifts will be worth coming to Big Bingo. I'll say that much. It won't be pricey, but it'll be worth it.
Okay. Because you know.
I mean, we're talking about something along the lines of, cruise downtown, tickets for four, you know, maybe some
Mhm.
type of a dinner with the supervisor,
Oh, yeah.
a gift box from the health nutrition store, stuff
Hmm.
like that. I think the seniors will really appreciate more than other things. So,
Hmm. Will you, or do you know? It's kind of early. Will you cut out the cake and ice cream?
no,
No? Okay.
only because that's something Frank did, and the seniors and people enjoyed it. And Calumet Bakery
Yeah.
actually was the ones who made the cakes. But I don't know. Did you hear something otherwise? Are people not liking the cake?
No, it's just saying that these are seniors and it's not
Oh,
really a health. When you think about health and wealth, and
hmm
that's a lot of sugar. But yay, I'm not they doctors, but we just it was a thought, and so I'm just saying. I think. Do you think like really you can say now what you want, but first you have to get in there and see what do you like, do an audit of the whole situation to see what needs to be fixed, what needs to be changed. And then you have to look at the budget and see if the budget really can handle all this extra stuff or move some things around. So
it's true. That's
yeah,
true.
so it's,
A lot of I don't. A lot of people don't necessarily know the powers of the supervisor. They
yeah.
yeah they assume you can just do so many big things, but um, it's really the residents that control the township, and the employees are, I would say, the ones that communicate directly with the residents, and
Okay.
then the employees tell the trustees, and then the trustees and the supervisor bring it back and talk about it, and we make things work. It's kind of like the pyramid, but it's been upside down for a while now, so we
Okay.
got to flip that in the right way.
Yeah, because I was thinking like out of 17 communities, like how many of these communities really, really participated in a lot of this Thornton Township activities or um, the things that they offer?
Not a lot, to be honest. In the
Hmm.
past, Thornton Township primarily was for low income families, but anything we did extra was for everyone. But as long as we provided the service, even if nobody showed up, we just had to provide the service because that's what
Hmm.
township government was created for. But
Yeah.
yeah, we definitely have to reach out to more communities, and I think that one of the communities that we really need to look at is the village of Thornton,
Yeah.
because they have a lot of um, you know history behind them,
Hmm.
and they sit at the midst of Thornton, right behind Thornton. They're the village of Thornton. We had Thornton High School, Thornton Fractional North, Thornton Fractional South, Thornwood, Thorn Ridge. Everything is centered around this Thornton ordeal. But
Mm-hmm.
if we're able to curate Thornton as like this hub, we can potentially create a tourist and make Thornton Township a tourist attraction. Um,
Oh,
but we just have to brand it the right way. So I don't
okay.
I don't know if having a gift shop would help. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
where residents can support Thornton Township by wearing their apparel, or if we can donate Thornton Township shirts to the local high schools basketball coaches
Mm-hmm.
during playoffs, or if that's something that would build some type of a relationship. But I think we need to somehow create a Thornton Township hub where everyone feels like they're at home.
Yes, because one thing, as we moved out here in '03, one thing I was so impressed about being out here, the Thornton Pride.
Oh yeah, the Wildcats.
Yes,
For sure.
the pride around here. Let's see. Some more people have questions. Let me make sure I don't want. I ain't gonna hold you too long. Uh, oh gosh, I think I went too far up. Sorry, Nate. But I'm so happy you came, and you are definitely a man of your word. Octavia. Oh, here. Okay. Right here it is. The real McCoy said bingo doesn't have to be big. It's the camaraderie I think that they enjoy the most.
I
And
agree.
that's true.
I do agree.
And Octavia said the cake is not every day. Let the people enjoy.
I agree.
Okay, Octavia. Real McCoy, not everything has to be a big event. Sometimes a potluck. You can't eat everybody's food. And the community center is enjoyed to everyone involved. But I can see you having something bring people together. And that's what you really need, right? That's lacking
Absolutely.
out here.
It's big time. And I was just thinking earlier, I'd like to help plan family reunions for families.
Oh, yeah.
If we can do a contest to see who has the biggest family in Thornton Township,
Oh, yeah.
I think that would start. People would start putting together their family tree and piecing together who's cousin and who's
Yeah.
auntie. And I think that would be really really cool for our community for sure.
And that's dope. I like that idea. You have a lot of good ideas just bring communities together, towns and communities together. Because again, got a lot of them. Oh, hey, Harold. Hey, Harold. As an outsider, why is Nate described as Frank's son? Can you help me understand? Or is this a misinformation? It's not his son, it's his godson. But you can explain, Nate.
Yeah, so I met Frank when I was a Zap. Well, I wouldn't say a Zap worker.
Mm-mm.
Did I, oh, okay.
Sorry. I hate the wrong, but I was trying to make like Dear World Christian had you on by yourself. Go ahead.
Okay. I met Frank when I was trying to reapply for the position of a lawn care employee. Um,
Mm.
and actually, I'll take the story back since we got time, right?
I got many
Okay.
plenty of time.
So, right out of high school, well, prior to leaving high school, I worked for the lawn care program at Thornton Township.
Mm.
And then my second year, attempting to work, the manager at the time didn't want to hire me. So I
Mm.
took it up on myself to go and talk to the supervisor, which was Frank.
Mhm.
And so I went to the main building. Now, mind you, I'm 18, I'm young. I went to the main building, I'm knocking on the supervisor's door, and the administration, his administrative assistant came to the door, and she said, "What do you want?" And I said, "I'm looking for Frank." And she said, "What are you looking for Frank for?" I said, "I want my job back at Zap." And so she was like, "Well, he's not here right now, but I'll take your number and name, and I'll have him call you."
Okay.
So she took my number and my name, and Frank ended up calling me.
Oh wow.
And I explained to Frank that, hey, I'm going house to house. I need a job so I can at least pay my phone bill and
Mhm.
so forth. And after that, Frank stayed in touch with me. He always
Mhm.
checked on me, made sure I was okay, made sure I had something to eat, and he always took a liking to the youth. Always took a
Okay.
liking to you. Now, although people spread rumors left and right, because they're jealous or whatever, but uh, he did. And what made Frank start to like me more was because of an interview that we did. So
Mm.
there was a press conference in front of Thornton Township in South Holland, and this was I don't know if this was the year I was 18 or 19, but the whole Zap crew, all the Zap kids came, and the news came, and they interviewed Frank, Dr. Weems, um, Tim Williams, and I think Joyce Washington was there.
Oh.
And so they sat at the table while we stood behind them with our Zap shirts on. And then Frank looked back and said, "Does anybody want to do an interview?" And everybody was like, "No, no, I don't want to do no interview, no." And I was like, "I'll do the interview." I just jumped up, excited, and I got up there. I spoke. I told them how this gives us an opportunity to make some money
Mm.
and not just be out in the streets. And I said this is life changing for some of us because you know if we weren't working and being productive, there's no telling what we could be doing out here in the streets. Or just we might get ourselves caught up in some trouble.
Right.
And so I think when that happened, Frank was just like, "It's something in this kid right here."
Mm.
He started to check up on me even more, and he wanted to see, what I had going on. And then um, Frank called. Me and Frank started to build a relationship, and then see, this is a story that
Okay.
everybody tried to pick up on. So Frank was he was a pre-diabetic.
Oh.
Okay. Now
Okay.
he was getting a kidney transplant.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I wasn't supposed to talk about it. He told me not to tell anybody because he's an elected position and he might want to run,
Mm.
so you don't want to look weak. But he told me that he was going to need someone to help monitor, first help him through his kidney procedure.
Mm.
And so I believe prior to getting his transplant, he still had to take insulin and drink certain things. But he got his. I went with him to Madison, Wisconsin, to get his kidney transplant. He
Oh,
got a
wow.
he got a 25-year-old kidney put inside of him, and then
Mm.
I drove him. Well, me and him drove back home, and I was taking care of him. I was like his home care. I actually moved in with Frank for 3 years
Oh,
of my life.
wow.
Yeah, from
Wow.
18 to 21.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I was 22, so about 3.5 years. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but through that process, Frank helped me get my GED.
Mm.
Okay, he helped me get into. Well, he didn't help me get my GED, but
You get to do it. Yes. You get to do
yeah,
the
I
work.
had to go in there. But the support was different
Mm-hmm.
because I was Frank's son.
Mm.
This is how that started. Frank started
Mm.
calling me his son, and so the teachers, some of the employees at South Suburban College were
Mm-hmm.
encouraging me more because of that.
Mm.
Whereas there's people going because they feel like they have to, and nobody's encouraging them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference between the support. For me, the support took me a long way.
Okay.
But after that, um, I got the GED halfway through the GED course. And then right after that, I started to talk at seminars for GED classes after I obtained mine. And, I
Okay.
took the college courses, I became an employee after that, scanning transcripts. Then I moved up to registration specialist. And then I moved up to manager of student life and leadership. But
Mm.
through it all, I was helping Frank. I was his aide. I was taking care of him. I was making sure he was making his meetings. I was making sure he
Mm.
was recording documents back and forth to the township. I was making sure if he needed me to take his car in for a shop repair or take him downtown or to Springfield, I was right there the whole time, paying attention to everything.
Mm.
I was his eyes and ears.
He didn't have children?
He didn't have any children, no.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
Oh.
no children. He had a girlfriend. But,
Oh,
um,
okay.
he always told me he always told me you can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends.
Yeah.
He was that type of person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he put his whole life into the community.
Okay.
To be honest.
So that makes sense now. Why do you always bring up Frank Zuccarelli? Because you really did have a like a father-son relationship or a close relationship.
Yeah.
Um, oh, well, there. Okay, so let me. No, I appreciate you sharing that. That was I didn't even know. So you kind of helped me again. Okay, here. Okay, so here it is. Hey, ooh, calculated entertainment. Will you hire a new person to run the food pantry and a youth director?
Yes.
Okay. The real McCoy entertainment. I was wondering the same thing. Okay, sorry. Should have read before. Hey, the real McCoy said, Nate, the family reunion idea is awesome. I like that too. Question to Nate. Nate, is Nate concerned about the negative effects caused by the current supervisor and how people might view a young candidate ins- instead of a corporate candidate?
A young candidate instead of a corporate candidate.
So they're saying like you're young and Napoleon is corporate.
Hmm. Well, by the current, so it's relating me to her. See, I'm younger than her, but
Yeah.
she's never worked a day in Thornton Township prior to being appointed by
Oh.
accident. Um, but any of the other candidates running have no experience either, so they'll have to learn through trial and error. Whereas, I have the blue book, um, but I'm not concerned about the negative effect at all.
Mm-hmm.
I like to take the bull by the horn and turn it. So,
Hey, you can't use that one. Remember, she was a pit bull in a skirt. You cannot use a
oh,
pit
not the
bull
pit.
acting.
Oh no, no, not the pit bull. But you get what I'm
Okay.
saying, though,
No,
right?
I understand what you're saying. So you like, hey, listen, basically saying to us like, don't use my age to as a negative. I am you stand out who you are as a man. That is why you have your experience, right? So age is not to say age is a number, but don't let age be the only thing that holds you back from voting for you.
Well, age can be a tool as well. Although I'm 33, I could put
Hmm.
40 years of my life into this and change this thing, but I need my elders to work with me.
Mm,
You know, a,
yes.
a senior might not be able to relate to the youth. We've seen it.
Hmm.
I've tried to hold events, and it was just so much of a gap that my elders didn't understand what I was talking about, and they was like, "Oh, this is not going to work." And I'm like,
Hmm.
"I'm telling you, I know what these kids are looking for," and
Hmm.
you know, but I think that my youth could be a tool to having a more better future.
Yes.
If we're being honest, because I see a lot of older people hold on to these positions, and their goal is to retire gracefully.
Yes.
Their goal is to make sure that their immediate family and so forth is taken care of by the time that they retire. So in this little bit of time that they have, that is their focus.
Yes.
Whereas myself, I have a long way to go. So
Mm.
if I want to advance and make it there, I
Hmm.
have to do things the right way. You get what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
But I would like to see a period of growth along
Mm.
the way. You know,
Okay. That's why that judge tell you need to go to law school. Okay, let's move on. You know you got away with words. And that's what we need because that's where we can find the trust. Harold, he said, thank you for the info by explaining about Frank Zuccarelli. The real McCoy, I'm not being negative. I'm certainly not telling you what you should do. But you know, a lot of people are having a problem with Robert Hunt. You saying that you may keep him. Uh,
I'm glad he brought that up. I actually spoke to Robert Hunt
oh, you
yes,
did? Oh, yeah.
yesterday.
Okay, I'm gonna let you
And
talk.
I asked I asked him if if he would be interested in addressing the public about just to be more transparent about what happened, because I get it, running being under a supervisor, you have to, in a sense, do what's approved and go by what's approved by the supervisor. In his case, there were things that weren't necessarily, well, I this is what I think that things weren't necessarily done with transparency. It was done to calm the public, in a sense. So I did speak to him to see if he would be interested in holding the press and letting the public know that you know of course he can come out and speak the truth, but that would jeopardize his livelihood for his family's sake. um, and that's what a lot of employees had to undergo under that leadership. And I was one of them that didn't fall for that. And so I was kicked to the curb. But um, Rob did say that he would talk to his wife about speaking to the public, and he did let me know that he was actually considering moving on and probably finding somewhere else to work. So we may
Wow.
we may be looking at finding a new finance director. Um, either way.
Okay. Man. Okay. Thank you for explaining that to us. Hey, Tanya said, nobody just me. Good evening to everyone and to the esteemed guest.
Good evening, Tanya.
A coffee. I've been out here campaigning. He should hire me as his professional assistant. Laughing, but he's serious. A coffee has been your biggest supporter even before you even started interviewing. He lives
Really?
in South Holland.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, reach out to
Oh,
me.
oh, I got your email address. Can I see? Do you want to put your email address in here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And I
The
need to.
advisor email
Okay. And I need to. We got to make sure we talk about your website also that we want everyone to go to.
for sure, for sure.
Okay. I'll make sure I get all the questions. Um. Uh. KQ lot. KQ. I'm jacking
Cat-
names. Hey, entertainment. Would you be willing to? I'm just saying. Would you be willing to do a town hall debate or a forum with a Republican candidate and Napoleon Harris?
Absolutely. I'm waiting on it. Someone has to set it up.
Do you think Napoleon Harris is going to do a debate?
I'm not sure. He may surprise everybody,
That's true. That's true.
but then again, you look at the track record. So
Yeah. The real McCoy. Don't consider age. Consider motivation, knowledge, critical thinking, fairness, integrity, honesty, open mindedness, etc. All of which Nate seems to have.
who is the
Because
real McCoy? I like the real McCoy.
yeah, I always thought real McCoy was a man, but it's a woman.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes.
I thought you real.
Okay. Yes. And I don't know. I'm trying to see, like, do you think, like, you doing, maybe once you start doing more interviews and all these bigger platforms, like the same thing that took to get Miss Henya out of office, is do this, they redo the same thing to get you in office where people push to make sure you get there. I'm just saying. 'Cause the power of the internet is something else.
Yeah, it's it's a tool, but you just
Mm,
got to make sure that tool isn't used against you, because it's a heck of a tool.
facts. The real McCoy said, I feel like Robert Hunt was coerced and needed his job between a rock and a hard place. I don't know. He
Absolutely.
was stressed out when he went home.
Yeah.
Oh, let's. I don't know if this is. Let's see. Let's see if we're going to answer this one. Harold, Nate, were you disappointed in DOTTS or KP for trying to kick him off the ballot? All skin folks ain't kin folks.
You know what? When I heard about the objections, I was like, okay, so this is a part of the process. Well, let me get through this, and in the back of my mind, I was thinking like, well, once I get through this, it'll show that I got some type of sense, right?
Facts.
Considering none of the other candidates represented themselves. They all went
True.
and ran to the attorneys. And the attorneys turned around and screwed over a few of the candidates. This is what I was told. They got screwed over. So,
Oh,
so
gosh.
one of the candidates said, "Man, you did a good job by representing yourself. I wish I did the same thing."
Mm.
A lot of people automatically think, "Oh, I can't do it on my own. I need help."
Yes.
But hey,
Man, you were outstanding. You were outstanding with it.
thank you.
And you could teach a lot of people how to stand on your own. You know what I'm saying? Because that was you went up against them lawyers, and I was like, oh, okay, I see what he doing.
Well, the easiest part was knowing how to read.
Oh, okay.
That's all it took. As long as you know how to read and you read, you comprehend, you can look at this and say, everything I did was done right from the beginning. So there wasn't even any point in the objection, but just to overcome them. So from the beginning, I read it and did it right. But
Yeah.
as far as through the objections, I was just proving that I did it right the whole time.
Were you disappointed because I was like, if I'm hearing this right, the one sheet of paper was not attached to the signatures. That's what the reason that they used against you. Everything else
Right.
got kicked out.
Yeah, that was the final objection. The
Hmm.
statement of candidacy was not binded to the rest of the petition packet.
Yes.
But in the election code, it doesn't say that the statement. It actually says every statement except for the petition sheets should be binded.
Mm.
No. It said every what it said. I think it said all documents except for the statements. Every I wish I could find it and read it. It said each sheet of the petition, except for the statements, should be binded and numbered consecutively in uniform with the same matching heading, the lines, and a spot for signatures. So that tells me that if every sheet except the statement, so this is the statement, so every sheet except the statement is binded and numbered consecutively. And then later on in the code, it goes on to say to include the statement of candidacy with the petition. Never says to bind it. It was common sense, but I guess it's something that you can throw, like an anchor you can throw at somebody to see if they're able to overcome those objections.
Yes, because I remember you, if I'm not mistaken, let me know if I heard it correct. You had assumed that they was going to bind it for you?
No, I binded it myself.
Okay, because I'm like, how did the one sheet not be attached?
No, everything. So the way that it was binded, there was a plastic cover on top that you flip up that protected the top sheets. But I had the other two sheets inside that plastic part sitting on top of the rest of the petition signatures. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I closed it and I gave it to them just like that.
Okay.
And so that's how they received it. And then they take it apart and scan it all in. But
Mm.
my objectors had some type of a inside thing where they went through and looked at everything individually on their own,
Oh.
whereas and the candidates were really only given electronic versions, or we could have gotten printouts of the originals. But
That's interesting. And listen, you got a class to teach. Uh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me see the next question, and let me know when you got to go now, because I'm fine. I ain't on town. I want to hog you now. The real McCoy, the fact that you have already spoken to Robert shows a great deal of forward thinking on your part. And the real McCoy said, "Thank you, Nate."
for sure,
Uh, Kenneth, hey Kenneth. Do you feel the actions of Tiffany makes it harder for everybody asking the same question? You're gonna need a T-shirt. Do you feel that the action of Tiffany makes it harder for younger or less experienced candidates to be given a chance?
I think so. I think for some,
Mhm,
but I
mhm,
also think that majority of our older and more well, I think there's a lot of people out there that also know that everyone's different. Not everybody's the
mhm.
same, and
Yeah.
they could see that birds of a feather flock together. You know, and
Yes.
and with age comes wisdom, and they also see that they see things in people that others may not see. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess
Yeah.
this is I guess it has to be proven to those that may assume that, oh, since he's young he's going to do the same exact thing. You know.
Yes. But what's interesting is Chapman, Alderman Chapman and Harvey. She's young. I think she's like 36. I was like, I didn't know he was that young. And she's like you. She's standing up and she's in the fight.
Yep.
So there are young people out here in the south suburbs in these offices and these big positions. They standing toe to toe with these people
I
who's
told
been
her.
in older people.
Yeah, she's been fighting for the people, and she's doing a very good job. I
She
always
sure
commend her.
is.
I do look up to her, honestly, I do. And
Yes.
I told her that she should run for mayor of Harvey one day.
I told her the same thing. I said, these people around here, they scared of you. You know why they scared of you? Because they can see what you're going to become.
Hmm.
That's what this is about.
You
You can
know
see
it.
she,
You
yeah,
know
you
it.
can see it.
Look,
Yeah.
for a long time, people have been trying to diminish me, stop my
Yes.
stop my plant from growing. You know, try to put a box over my plant so it don't grow
Mm-hmm.
because they have other things that they're interested in and want to put certain people in positions to help them and benefit them. But
Yes.
you gotta just duck down and let your roots grow. You know what I'm saying? Once the
Yes.
roots start growing, then you start to get some stem about you.
Yeah.
So I think that that's where I've been right now in this phase. Just I'm ducked down. I'm low key. I'm quiet. I'm sticking to
Mhm.
it, and hopefully when I do get this position,
Yes. Yes.
my tree can start to bloom and blossom to what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because really, you could tell me if I'm wrong or not. The Thornton Township position is like, I always say this, everybody says it, it's a public aid position. I mean, the value is probably in the contract that you give these people these contracts, but you're not supposed to reap the money from the benefits of the contracts or any of that. You're helping the people who needs help in the township. I don't know how it went left so quick, but it is what it is. Hey, Kay, I'm gonna call say Kay Entertainment. Definitely an amazing job defending yourself against the objections. That was that was big right there. Harold, the lawyers won't like Nate because you're cutting their checks, man.
Oh well, more power to the people. Okay, that's actually what I we're gonna have to find a law firm that's inside of Thornton Township.
Oh,
That's what I like to see, because the law firms that's coming in are not from Thornton Township. So
oh, that's true.
the taxpayers are paying taxes, but then
They go back to their own communities.
when the township, right, it goes back to somebody else's community, and
Mm-hmm.
that's something people really have to look at.
Yes.
They've made, when it's chaos, the attorneys get paid. So as long as it's chaos, that's how they make all their money. As long as they get sued, That's how they make their money, and they go take it somewhere else.
And it's
So
hard to probably find a municipality attorney in the township. Do you think so? Because most of them are in these far south, far
there's a
community.
there's a few.
All right.
There's very few, but
Okay.
I we have a lot of people studying law in the area. Uh,
Oh,
and so I think that we could potentially start something up or get a group of people going and do something, you know.
yeah.
Because Sibley could be the next Black Wall Street. I'm just saying.
That's true now.
So
It's busy.
I know some people studying law out here. You just got to
Mm.
down. They got to buckle down and get to work. You know, they got
Hmm.
to overextend their brain's capacity. You know,
Okay.
that may come with some angiogenesis foods, some stuff to extend their yeah.
So real quickly, I know that you were at Jason's house, um, at the not Jason's house, but the house party, as they call it, right? Last night. So the question is, did you have? I saw Mayor Markham there. Did you have a chance to speak with him?
The mayor, Roger Akpower.
Yes.
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't get a chance to speak to Roger. I heard they announced his name, but I looked around. I didn't see him.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see him after that. No.
Okay. The real McCoy, she said, the real McCoy said, I'm talking too much, but I saw Nate Fields' interview with Jedediah, and he seemed really intimidated. But oh, wow, has he gotten better? 100.
You know, I'll be honest. I like it when you can control the words that's popping up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Because on Jed's live, you got a lot of mini investigators over there trying to piece pieces together, and
Uh-huh.
the messages pop up all on the screen. So I was reading the comments because I'm concerned about what people are saying and thinking, because I have to figure out what I need to add to my repertoire and what I need to remember,
Yes.
but I need to dish out at the same time. But I feel the need to, I don't want to say satisfy them all, but nip
Ain't
things.
satisfied everybody.
Yeah, you know, it seems like I gotta yeah, I feel the need to make sure everybody's okay and
Okay.
everybody's okay for some reason.
And that's what's up. No, you don't never stop being you, okay?
Mhm.
Grandma's 17, and she said he's accountable for his actions. And this is the Grown and Sexy channel, so you don't get all the riff-raff and the crazy talk over here. Now, you go somewhere else, you on your own. Hey, Harold said, tell the truth, Nate. You told the judge illegal, and he agreed with you. K Entertainment, is there a reason you decided to go independent instead of of the caucus? Very good question. Laugh out loud. For being the Democratic candidate in a township that's known to vote Democrat, do you feel that it will hurt your chances?
I don't feel that it would hurt my chances at all. No, I
No.
I think that now um the new checks about to start rolling out. You heard you heard about the
Talking about
Doge
that
check?
Doge?
Yeah, they about to roll them checks out. I just heard they supposed to be coming.
Oh, real quick, let me tell you something. Them checks they can have because
$5,000.
they can have that check because you know what I didn't realize that I know this time? They it becomes income. So you gotta add it to your taxes of the following year. And what I learned is don't take it. The government might be listening. Don't take it this year. Don't take that check. Use that when you do your taxes the following year. They say, did you take the credit? Or did they take the check and say no? Then they credit that year's income tax. Then they
Oh,
take the taxes out of that. I'm not gonna be. They got me one time, two time, but they won't get me again.
so why not just save the rest of that money, or save the tax, the 9% or whatever you owe in the taxes? Just save that portion and then just
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't trust them people. I don't
okay.
trust them people. Mm-mm.
But
I
to
guess
answer the question,
I got those too.
I I chose to be independent because um, I don't agree with a lot of things that the Democratic Party does and the way that they facilitate things in politics. I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe that our people should be weakened to the point that they should sit down and not be guided to work for what they want. You know what I'm saying? For instance, the food pantry. I'm glad we have the food pantry because
Yeah.
there are people that need it. There are people that can't work and need food. But for the people that can work, there should be an alternative
Mm-hmm.
for them to say, hey, if you can grow your own food, maybe. Do we have a program where you can grow your own food? Do we have a farmer's market where you can grow your own food and sell it to the farmer's market and make
Oh,
money?
that's nice. Yeah.
Okay, instead of just we just giving you conventional or genetically modified pesticide sprayed produce,
Mm-hmm.
and you just eating it with your family, and you're getting a good meal, but you also may end up having to but I do like some of the traditional ways of the Republican Party, but I
Mm-hmm.
dislike some of the things that they do as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do believe that people should have the right to bear arms and protect their families.
Legally?
Legally, of course,
Yeah.
legally. Oh my God.
You got to say this in these
Yeah,
streets.
legally. Okay.
Yeah.
But I do feel that people should be able to hold their own and have their own and work for their own and not necessarily be so dependent on what the government has for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they start to use that as a, oh, come to me, and it's like making them seem like they're godly in a sense. you know
Mm-hmm.
my goal is to empower the people. I want to make sure you're good and better off without me. That's how I look at it. I want to make sure you're good. You don't need me. We provide and make sure you and your family was straight, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to whenever you hungry, come here. You need your bill paid, come on. You know who to come to. It's me, big
Mm-hmm.
honcho.
Yeah.
But that's just my take on it. I think that independence sits right in the middle, and we could try to figure out a way to empower the people, actually empower them, and not weaken them through the
Mm-hmm.
services that keep them bondage.
Mm. Yes. Mm. And let me tell you, the food pantry. I don't know if I said it before. If I did, let me know. I One day I happened to drive down the street for the food pantry because I was trying to that light on Wood Street, and I cut down the side, and I saw that line for the food pantry. It's real.
It's real. It's real.
It's real.
If you get there early, you'll see it.
Yes, it had about. It was more than 2 blocks long, maybe 2.5 blocks long, and I know. And I went around 11:30 that day, and I said, "Oh, they need this out here." So,
Yeah.
thank you,
Or,
Nate.
or,
Now we
or
we're
maybe
gonna say, mhm.
I'm sorry. Or maybe they don't. You know. But if you qualify, you qualify, and you
Oh
can
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you can have a little extra at home.
Yes, yes. So we won't be seeing your face on the box when you win,
What do you mean the box?
because on those food
Oh,
boxes
the
they have.
food boxes. Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I don't want to have my face everywhere. I'm not like that. No, my name is fine. I'll put my name out there.
Mhm.
I know people don't like the name thing being put everywhere, but um, I don't know if I could quite just not include my name the way that I've known it to be done. Because
Okay.
I feel good about running and wanting to make a change and getting my name on the ballot. I feel good about that because the name is the most important part
Right.
in a campaign, not my
Hmm.
face so much. I think that I don't want to spoil people with my face, and they get tired of seeing me. You know,
Yeah, that's true. They'll be knocking on your door. Oh yeah, I know what he looked like because I never knew what Frank Zuccarelli looked like. Let me tell you,
yeah.
never seen his face anywhere. Deborah, Mr. Fields. In addition to the youth in general, do you have or is there a plan for a youth at risk youth program? I retired from the adult probation, and I know you got a lot to offer and know about youth on adult probation. So she's want to know if you're gonna have a at risk youth program.
Okay. A program. Hmm. Who knows? You know. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's something that's very necessary. You know.
Definitely.
Um, we did have a Thornton Township was actually a place that people can come to and do community service.
Mm.
Um, but I'd like to see something where at risk youth can work in a garden and farm. Do something constructive. Or help out in the community.
Mm-hmm.
But I love to get them involved. But I like to intervene before they get to that point.
Yes.
Because they say it starts at home, of course,
Yes.
but it's nothing that I can do that if they go back home, it's just going to rekindle that same type of fire that's happening.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
they're going to come back to us with the same thing. It's like we almost kind of got to find a housing, some type of housing for them, and maybe put them through school, help them find a job, and show them what responsibilities is like, and kind of monitor them along the way.
I'll give them purpose.
Yeah, but I'd be interested in finding out something that we can do. I know a few. I have a friend that operates primarily downtown Chicago, and he does this thing called 30 Days Straight. And
Mm.
after 30 Days Straight, he rents out a really big house.
Mm-hmm.
And he has like 30 influencers, right? These are young kids around age 18 to 22, and they all stay in the house for probably a week or so, but they have cameras and they vlog every day.
Oh.
So these kids accumulate views, they accumulate followers, and so many followers to the point that they can go and hold their own meet and greet and make about $5,000 every meet and greet.
Okay.
So while you have kids that may not um, be too good at school or other things, they may
Mm.
be good on social media, or attractive in a sense to where they can gauge enough followers to start their own clothing line, start their own shoe line, or get into cutting hair or doing hair, and start to make money like that. So
Yeah. It's
let's
almost like the guy, I don't know his name, but he owns the barbershop in South Suburban College.
mhm,
And he has several colleges, barbershop colleges. It's almost like, I don't know, if in my day, we used to have college fairs when all the colleges would come out to this like downtown at the Area Crown,
yeah,
and high school kids would just go visit the colleges. And it's the same way with job fairs. They need to have more job fairs out here.
yeah,
And school, just things that, like you said, the content creator. This is a new generation that we must talk to, right? And a lot
yeah,
of us are still the old heads, so we look at it one way, and the younger people look at it a different way. So the at risk program needs to start before the kid is by 10 years old, because that's what they start to join gangs and whatnot. By the time some, not all,
hmm,
they are introduced to it.
yeah.
So you got to catch these kids young, and then you know,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. You got to catch them
mhm,
young, because
yes,
once they get to the point of no return, all you're doing is kind of just putting a band-aid over it again. Every time it's not going to stop bleeding.
that's true. That's true. No, not even. What a nice name. Hi, everyone. I'm just now chiming in. Hey, Nate. What are your plans as our supervisor? Oh, they must live in the Southland. Are you branching out and standing on your own, or still running off of Frank's agenda?
I'd say a little bit of both. Um, I don't think what how Frank's leadership was as the supervisor um, was too shabby. Um, I think it's actually smart, because we can start off where we left and then start to think about new ways to do things. Now, I have my own way of thinking. But to move forward, I'd be a fool to not take in what I've learned over the 14 years. Um, yeah, so I'm taking in what Frank's saying. I don't know if you speak if that's your agenda, but some of the things and the ways that he moved, I'm absolutely going to take that. But I'm also going to transition it and make it work for me and what I'd like to see for Thornton Township. But as far as my plans, I have plans, but since I don't have a board of trustees on the same page as me, my goal is to try to get them on the same page, get us all on the same page, because I'm not with the riffraff and I'm not with the fighting and the back and forth. So we're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking as you were saying this is that because you don't have a slate that's going to be running right so
Yeah,
far just you, so it can be some Napoleon people, it can be Republican people. You are going to be in the middle where you may end up having to fight or to convince these people like why we need to do X, Y, and Z.
that's
Are you
true.
prepared for that?
I'm more prepared than I need to be. I can tell you that much. At
Okay.
least right now, I'm 33. I'm halfway to 66, so it's gonna be.
Uh,
If I don't have
okay.
it figured out now, I need to get it figured out soon. But yeah,
Okay.
I'd like to see a partial Republican, partial
Mm,
Democrat, or maybe an independent out the crew, you know.
mm,
Uh, I like to see various minds think of new things. I'm not against, I'm not just all about me,
right.
and I like new ideas when people come up with new ideas. I'm not against it. I got to see what we can filter out, what I feel is necessary based off
Hmm.
my experience with the people. You
Right,
know.
because everything doesn't. You can have the idea, but it still has to pass through the board. So that's where the fight comes for you.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It has to. I don't think it's a fight. I don't think it's a fight. I think we just have to reason with each other and figure it out. You know.
Yes. Once again, can you explain? Nope, not even. They want to know what is the significance of 333 on your hat, and I'm going to step.
Okay, so the 333 represents first, it's the address to the main building of Thornton Township. Secondly, um, 333 is an angel number. It represents growth, strength, and a journey of positivity and I forget what the other one was, and luck. Um, but 333 is actually when I was born. I was born at 3:33 a.m. So for me, it's just that's one of those things that kind of just fell in line, and I stuck with. I'm like, if we can all represent with the 333, it's a push for growth and luck and positivity. And if you see somebody with the 333, they're representing the same thing. And so in making this hat, which is my campaign hat, um, it's actually supporting my campaign if you were to purchase this hat. It's on my website, but is also supporting the movement. So we can be the change and we can wear the change as well.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Nate. We want the people to know this is the real deal Holyfield. Hey, Tanya. Nope, not even. Hey, great to know you're a Southland resident. I'm a 30 years in Dalton. That's
Okay.
Tanya.
Okay.
Hey, Coffee said Robert should go. Okay. He work. He talked about that coffee.
Yeah, Robert is ready to go. I talked to Robert yesterday after
Mm.
after the interview I did the day before,
Hmm.
and I asked him. I have a hard time saying ask. I
Yeah.
asked him um, if he would speak to the public and provide a little transparency on his relationship with the administration and how different it is. Um, from the previous administration.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that he would talk to his wife and get back to me. And then he ended up getting back to me and letting me know that him and his wife agreed that he should just stay out of politics, and he's going to end up finding something else as far as employment. So, best for him. Best wishes for him in moving on.
Yes.
And I know it could be stressful and it's a lot. He said he's got a lot of attacks. People
Mhm.
try to take away his degree from college and come at his family and a whole bunch of stuff. But it's stressful when it comes from something so subtle to something so extreme. And the internet, like you said, is a heck of a tool.
It
You know,
is.
and so yeah.
I don't know if you want to answer this, but you have the opportunity, and if you do, you do. You don't, you don't. Octavia has a question. Speaking about the house party, who was fighting at the end of the celebration? What happened?
It was two media people. Okay, I'll let you know. I know one. I know who one of them is, but I don't know who the other person was. But it was two media people
You
that
said
got.
media?
Yeah, from what I know,
Oh,
two media people. I don't know what for. It could have been some old beef. It could have been somebody said something to my wife. I didn't like it. I, who knows? But
are you
but
saying news media?
no, not news. No, just local. Just media.
Oh,
Just yeah, not necessarily news. No.
oh, okay. All right, Octavia. Thank you. Hey, nope, not even. That's how we got in this position we're in, accepting the crumbs they throw at us, distract us from the skin that they're ripping off our backs. Okay. Tanya. She said, Nate, my son is a few years younger than you, raised in Dalton, and has a bachelor's in communication. He is currently employed, but if he decides to put in a resume at the Thornton Township, will you have an HR person or a team or anything?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll have to establish an HR team, whether it's one person or two, but we have to have some type of HR intact because I know that, people that think I'm young,
Mhm.
they're going to come to me left and right looking for a job and on my back and, just preying on me for a position. And I
Yeah.
have to divert them to someone qualified enough to do the work for me. So, I'm not the whole township. I have to make sure we have an HR and a proper protocol to follow. So background checks and everything. It's
Ah,
mandatory. If I'm gonna last 30 years, it's mandatory.
background checks. What's it? Fingerprinting. I don't know. I understand. Thank you, Tanya. Sorry. The real McCoy. I think something's wrong with Nate because he seems to be all about the people. You can't be about the people in the Southlands, huh?
Yes, it's definitely something wrong with me. I get that. I think people get that, but they don't tell me that. So I
Mm.
run around here thinking I'm normal, but there's no reason I'm always by myself and alone a lot of the times. But it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, Mike at not okay. Okay, in numerology, the number 333 is considered an angel number that represents growth, positivity, and communication. It's believed to be a message from the universe or the guardian angels. Yes, drop the mic on that.
Yes,
Thank you.
and all along, that's the township's address,
Mm.
333 East 162nd Street. Every time I come to that building, I feel like I'm at home. I kid you not. You know,
Oh,
before this new administration, every time I came to Thornton Township and walked through Thornton Township, all the employees are like, hey Nate, how you doing?
mm-hmm.
How you doing? Hey Nate, tell Frank this, tell Frank that. Hey, can you ask Frank this? Can you ask? And I was the man walking through and just, okay, I got you. Okay, let's make it happen. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? Checking on people and everything. I
Mm.
was doing there. I was like
Wow.
the mini face, the mini supervisor.
Wow. Oh, okay. Tanya, a professional HR department to evaluate him or any other candidates. Oh, Coffee wanted to come up and ask you some questions. He's on board. He's a nurse, but he lives in South Holland. I don't know if Coffee is still in the room. Let me know, Coffee. You know, it takes a while before I get to the bottom. And let me know, Nate, because it's been an hour and a half. I ain't trying to hold you. I know I know you got things to do. Let's see. Let me filter through real quickly. Nate, I understand you have a son. Well, we want to keep your personal as your personal. If you, I didn't even know you had kids. So,
I don't
look,
know.
oh, look at him.
Hold on, let me
Oh
see.
my gosh. Oh, that's his son right there. OMG.
His name is Armani.
Armani.
Armani Fields.
Go ahead, Nate.
Armani Nathaniel Fields.
Okay, no, Nate. Okay, he's not the third because you the junior. Your father's a senior.
Yeah, his mom wanted to name him Armani, so I was like, you know what? Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
But,
glad
but I
you,
can still call him Lil Nate.
Lil Nate. I can see that being. Is he a mellow fellow or a full energy?
He's both.
He's low.
He's a little bit of both. When it come to daddy, he feels like he could just turn into a baby, but
Yeah.
he poke his chest out sometimes, and it's crazy. He's 2, but he runs through the hallway when he's upset, and he's got
Okay.
this scream to his voice when he's upset. So it's like a raspy voice. And he's like, "I want daddy, I want daddy," and I be like, "Boy, who you talking to? Why you talking like that?"
Yes. Listen, Nate, my friend, my co-host, Coffee God, he's from South Holland.
Okay,
He wants to come up just for a minute to ask you a question. I said, sure. I hope you're okay with that.
that's fine.
Okay. He's on break, so at some point he'll come up. Um, Nate. Oh, here he is. Hey, Coffee. You still at
Well,
work?
I am. How are you all today?
Hey, Coffee, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm okay. I cannot complain.
Hey, man, I've been out here campaigning in Riverdale and South Holland for you. I need to know if I can be your personal assistant. I'm just praying about the personal assistant.
Well,
I
first
don't
of all,
know, Coffee. I'm not sure, man.
wait, listen, hold on, Nate. Coffee works 12-hour job. He works in a hospital somewhere. When do he gonna have time to work for Nate?
I know that's what, exactly.
Yeah,
But I
personal
can
assistant.
manage. I can manage.
Listen, Coffee. I'm 33, so
Oh, okay.
I got energy, and I may be able to be, although I'm 1, I may be able to be 1.5 at times. So sometimes I got to be my own assistant. But maybe um, depending on what happens at the township and what we have as far as administration, um, put in the application. You know, we may could use your expertise, and I'm big on health. So hey, shout out to you for that.
Thank you. Okay. What is your vision for the township of these 17 municipalities that you're going to govern if elected? What is your vision for us?
My vision for Thornton Township is a community that strives on health and communication. Okay, I know that our communities are starting to grow into a community that strives on what's given and what's there for us, as opposed to what we can provide for each other. And so I like how now we're able to communicate effectively and provide news to each other. But I like to see how we can effectively start to heal each other um, internally, whether it's through a different tone of how we talk to each other and converse with each other, or how we choose to consume our foods and eat our foods. For instance, um, I like to have this event called Food Type Day. Well, no, Blood Type Day, right? And in Blood Type Day, everyone that comes will be provided with a kit that they would use to prick their blood or prick their finger and drop some blood on a kit, and it'll tell them their blood type. And then there's a book that shows you the foods that are good for your blood type, and then the foods that you should be avoiding. Foods that are good for your blood type based off your gut microbiome and your metabolisms and things of that nature. I'm sure you know about it. But I like to turn people on to what's good for their blood type and what's not, because um, we've been accustomed to eating foods that's terrible. You know, I've learned, because I'm blood type O positive, but I've learned that certain foods that I ate frequently, you know, is pushed out here in fast food chains and other restaurants. But the foods that are good and beneficial aren't talked about as much. You know, like halibut and red snapper fish. You know, I ate some of that for the first time and went to sleep and woke up jumping when I walk, like I'm, you know, floating in the air a little bit. Like it gave me a whole nother feeling. But I'd like to educate people and let people know that we got to try something different.
We do.
And if we can put people onto new foods, they're going to spread this to their family and friends. And then next thing you know, we got kids in school excelling and graduating, you know, and going to be great, instead of eating pizza and cheese fries at lunch, and then we wonder why they can't focus through the rest of, you know, the school period. But I hope that answered your question. That's really the vision for me.
Okay, that's a dope answer. So my question is, what would make you different from Frank and Tiffany? What would make you different?
For me, for Frank, I would say I'm more relatable to the youth, as well as my elders. Um, being, I hate to throw race in it, but being a person of color, I can relate to my people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Frank was a supervisor for a really long time, so he was here when this community was majority, you know, white folks. You know, before black folks started to transition in, and then Frank started to learn black folks as we started to move in, and there was some things that I have to say that he didn't quite understand about, you know, black folks. You know, he took a smile for a smile, and I had to tell him, like, this person is not really a good person, even though they smiling in your face. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people pretending, and these are things that I had to tell him. But you know, when you're older, you kind of think that you got it figured out. But you know, he ended up helping people that weren't so good. But you know, that's just something, to me, I feel like I have a better understanding of. Now, as far as the hen yard, um, she never worked a day in Thornton Township, so she does not have any experience of the day-to-day operations of how Thornton Township was supposed to work. Um, Other than that, I don't know what other things that she may have going on, but I just don't understand it. You know, I just, certain things it's just not, it's not me. You know, people have,
Mm-hmm.
you know, people have things that they deal with. You know, they have demons that they fight, or maybe they were raised a certain way, but I was
Right.
raised totally different.
Okay.
So
Okay. So this is not a question. This is just, I'm just throwing this out here for everybody. So this is for everybody that's in the chat that's listening and everything. So when it comes to our kind, which is, it's African American, I feel like we can live a long, healthy life. It don't have to, like, yes, healthy foods are expensive, and I'm throwing that out there. But it can be the little things that you can do as African Americans to actually live a better life. Like I had I had all my grandparents to live, today was like 90. Like my grandma, my mom, she died when she was 92. My
Mhm.
dad parents, they lived to see, to my granddaddy was like 94 when he died. So
mhm.
and then I used to always look at the way that they used to eat. So people say that you can, things, healthy things are expensive. That's true, but you have certain things I feel like, and I try to, you know, instill this in all my family members. Like if you eat greens and pinto beans at least once a week, you can live a healthy life, like stuff like that. And it's it's not expensive. Greens you can get, and it's not the collard greens is the best, but you can get greens that's not expensive. You can eat pinto beans. Any type of beans, especially white beans and pinto beans, are the number one healthy. That's healthy for you. And then you see how they throwing things out there like, since when coffee is not supposed to be healthy for you? I have seen my grandmother drink coffee 3 times a day. 3 times a day. And she was a heavy set. She wasn't like, heavy set when she was, what I'm saying, in her.
I'm sorry, Coffee. I don't mean to cut you off, but we have had Nate on here for almost 2 hours. So I just want to finish the question so we can get off and we can talk about that on your next break.
No, we can talk, look, if it's okay with you, I don't mind. I don't have anything planned right now. So I enjoy talking to you, and Grace and the people. So
okay, go ahead.
Okay, because I do got to get back to work because I got to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, but
I got patients that I'm sorry, I got patients that wait on me. But the real McCoy, you are like, and I seen my grandmother, and they say that coffee is supposed to be bad for you, but I feel like coffee is not bad for people. It's the amount of sugar that you put in. I used to see my grandmother drink coffee 3 times a day her whole life. Well, not her whole life, my whole life. And she never, had any health issues, thank God. But it's just
so look, question, did she use stevia or sweet and low or?
No, she used regular sugar, but she would only use a little bit. She would only put a little bit of sugar in her coffee. So I think the thing is that the reason why they say coffee is unhealthy for us because sometimes a lot of sugar. They put a lot of sugar in the coffee. But I'm just throwing it out there. That coffee is not bad for people. Why they keep throwing that out there?
Frank used to drink his coffee black.
Okay.
But often he would add a stevia or primarily stevia. He didn't like sweet and low and that other stuff.
Okay. So I do have one more question before we go.
Okay.
How do you feel about the whole situation of turning things around in the township? Like all the mess that we have been enduring for the last 3 years since she's been the supervisor. How would you turn all the negativity around and give our community a more positive outlook?
Well, the first off, we're gonna have to take a break from a lot of things that we've been doing. Okay, a lot of spending, a lot of big festivals, and we have to sit down and see what we have left because but you cut fast, you heal slow. So we're gonna have to take our time and chill. But in the meantime, we're gonna have to think of ways that we can start to incorporate over time. Like I said, I plan on being supervisor for a really long time. So I'm not in a rush to do anything. But if the board allows, and if we have the proper budget and grant money, etc., we just have to take our time, plan accordingly, and plan ahead. And that's the goal we need to take as an administration, as a township.
Okay, I like that response. I'm willing to give you a chance. You know what I'm saying? And so you got my vote, and a couple of more other people that I know. We are rooting for you. So we're going to be out there April 1st, having your back. So please do not let us down. We are putting our trust in you as our township supervisor. Just please don't become hindered. Please don't.
I don't know what make you think I'm going to be her. Like, I mean, it's a million people in the world.
Because
I gotta be.
That's true. Because listen, because when us as African Americans get a little bit of power, we overdo it. We overdo.
I don't think that's race. You can't blame that on race.
Well, you can't blame it on race. But here, since I've been in the Southland, look at all the African American mayors and that have done our community wrong when they get a little bit of power. We already know about white people. So why should I have to?
Hey, Coffee. There are there's a mixture. It's just Tiffany kind of made it look worse, but we can't just base it
Not,
off
but see,
on color.
it's just not just Tiffany. Look at your mayor Clark. Look at my look at my former mayor, because I'm not in Riverdale anymore, but I'm in South Holland, so that's totally different. But I'm just saying, African Americans. Every time you hear about a mayor recently, they've been what, African American, correct?
Yeah, but you got to think of like the mayor Markham. He's
But
hasn't
see,
been any drama. Um, I don't know about. I know you can't use. I don't know Lansing, but there's. I don't want to make it seem like it's just based on color because I think that's unfair
listen,
to
I'm not
those who
not
are
basing it
doing
on.
right.
I'm basing it on what I have experienced these last couple of years. When you when African, I see that's thing. I've never been under a Mexican
Hey,
mayor
hey,
or
hey, hey,
person.
hey, hey, hey,
Hey,
coffee.
can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
You got coffee in your hand right now?
I actually don't. I got a strawberry lemonade in my hand right now. I drank coffee earlier to get me through my
You got a
shift.
bunch of sugar in your hand, then, right?
I,
Coffee.
but see, listen. This is my cheap. I say this is my cheap day right now. So that's why I'm drinking a strawberry lemonade, because I get to cheat today, because I've been good all this week. I don't eat a lot of sugar, so y'all. Sorry, and I'm not. And listen, D Love, I'm not saying every African American is like this. I'm just saying what I have experienced lately is a lot of African Americans in the Southland community. I can only speak about the Southland community because I stay in the Southland community. Every black African American mayor that's in the Southland has done some wrong. Like,
Well,
seriously.
Look,
coffee.
let
We
me
can
say this.
agree to disagree.
Okay.
It's different. It's different when you work for it. Okay,
Hmm.
that's the difference between me and everybody else. Okay, um, other people's had help. Other people had help from this. Other resources. Maybe money bought their seat. Or maybe they got help from a specific party or whatever. But when you come up and you fight feet to the ground and you doing what you have to do and you staying humble and you in the midst of it all, I feel like that's what really matters, and that's what should count when it comes to campaigning and getting out here and doing what's right for the people. Because once you're in that seat, you can sit back and know that you earned it, and then you know that you worked for something that you intend on keeping. Whereas when people get put into a position, they don't really value it as much. It's like a kid with a bunch of fries versus a kid with just 3 fries. The kid with all the fries, he don't really care. He don't value. He would drop or throw a few. But the
Hmm.
one with the 3 fries is like, this is all I got. I'm holding on to it. It's me with the 3 fries over here, man. I got 3 fries. I'm
Hmm.
hungry over here.
I understand. So, but
Well,
that was all I wanted to ask him. So I'm gonna put my
oh,
trust in you, and you got my vote.
Appreciate you.
And coffee. Did you put your money where your mouth is?
Oh,
Did
Coffee.
you
You
buy a hat?
gonna get you a hat, Coffee?
Did you get
oh,
some for your lawn?
oh my goodness! I should. I
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
Look, man. It's not even about me. I put this on the side, but it's 333. It 2025 on this side, and it's a nice cap. Don't get me wrong.
It is a nice cap.
And I actually have 2 more designs coming out. One is going to be a military design, and then the third one is going to be Easter colors. So
Mm.
I'm working on that right now. But
Well, I definitely would donate to your campaign. So could you please
I got
let me
it
know
on
where I can
here.
donate at? Okay.
It's the Nate Fields for Thornton.com. www.natefields with an S for Thornton.com.
Okay. Nate
I
Fields. Okay, I got it down.
Oh, okay. Appreciate you. I know. When's your off day again?
So I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I actually got a 3-day weekend off, and the reason why I got that 3-day weekend off because I'm supposed to be going to the Samoa concert Saturday.
Oh, I forget. Dang.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I would not be doing anything this weekend. I want to just focus on saying, pampering myself and getting ready for this concert.
Okay, Copper. Well, I appreciate you coming up, talking with Nate, and we having healthy conversations.
Yes.
And all right, well,
Thank
I'll
you,
see you
thank you,
soon.
Carl.
No problem. Y'all have a wonderful night.
You do the
Okay.
same.
All right.
Nate, I think I told you this before because the coffee brought this up about, but it was when I met your father, he had a Mason hat on. And I said, "Hey, you're a Mason?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "My grandfather's a Mason." He said, "Oh, yeah." And I told him where. He said it was funny. He was giving my grandfather an award a couple of weeks. I didn't. I was a small world
Who's your
because he's
grandpa?
104. Yeah, he gave him
Oh, okay. I think I was there.
yeah at the
Yeah,
hall.
I might
I
have
said,
I might have took a picture of them.
oh yeah. I said small world. Let's see. They say money changes people. Do you believe that? Natalie said that.
Yeah, especially when you never had it before.
Hmm. Let's see. We're gonna wrap this up. There was something that I saw. Nate father's really nice. Hey, nope, not even. Guy has to live in the Southland.
Yeah.
Oh, this I wanted to show you. Mike said I made a hat size donation last week to Nate. So they are coming in.
Okay, last week. Thank you so much, Mike.
Yes.
What do you mean by hat size? Is the price of a hat? So I think I remember Mike. Actually, did I write it down?
Hat size donation.
Mike, what you doing?
We have a gentle soul, a smart young man. Nate, I hope you win. Please campaign in all of Thornton Township. I see you, and you are truly boots on the ground. That sounds like somebody else in the night in the Southland. Mike said he get $50. He sent a donation.
Oh, so Mike won his hat. Is that what what you're saying, Mike? What's a hat? Okay. All right,
Yeah.
I can transition that. I got the paperwork. It's up. Oh, right here. Here it is. Oh, no,
Yeah.
I just wrote down everybody's contributions. It must be upstairs.
Great.
But I got to make sure I remember you, Mike.
Okay, and definitely everyone. Our numbers are not matching. This is just the weirdest thing to me. The numbers got to match. Please hit that like and subscribe button for our extinguished guest today. You know, and listen, at some point he ain't gonna have time to come out and chit chat with us, but he made it time today. Do not need a hat, but was for 2 signs.
2 signs.
Yes.
Got you, right.
I got my 2 signs up too. I'm gonna put it in the next door. Next door is vacant on that grass. A gentle soul voting number 333. That is what I'm talking about. Let's see, Nate. Can you please read and respond to my comment? I really want to hear your answer. So this is nope. Let's see what I can find it. Nate father is really a nice man. I'm trying to find. Can you put your comment back into the chat? Oh, let's see. I think this is coffee. Coffee could only ask and speak on what he knows. Okay, I think the question is valid. So they want to. What is the actual question? Mine as well too. Okay, put your 2 questions. These are gonna be the last 2 questions. Because he's been in here about 2 hours in. Okay, so the real McCoy, Mike Wade to support. Yes, he put his mouth where his money is. And I'm just waiting for the last 2 questions, Nate, and we're gonna depart. Can you put it in a sentence for me? It was about the conversation that we previously had. Oh, come on. Give me more than that. Can you put in a question for me? I appreciate it because I don't want to assume on questions. Just saying. So do you have so we talked about um your slate, but do you have a support system for yourself? And I don't mean necessarily somebody's working with you, but someone that be there just in case you need to talk to or to.
I have a campaign manager,
Oh, cool.
and I do have a team of about right now. It's looking like 30 individuals that'll be out campaigning on
Oh,
election day.
okay.
Now, as far as early voting, I will be out there as well as some of my other friends
Mm-hmm.
helping me at the two polls that we have for early voting.
Okay.
So we'll be out there catching every voter that goes in.
Mm.
Um, but
Oh, that's a lot of polling places since it's
well, yeah,
17.
yeah. Election day is about 102 precincts.
Really?
Yeah, so I'll have to have a couple hundred people
Okay.
out
Well,
stepping with me.
I never done this before, but I would sign up and pass out the paperwork, whatever. Just
Okay.
tell me what I did on your website. It says, "What do you want to do?" I hate talking on the phone, but I do it anyway, right? But I did say I volunteer to do something. You have to go look see what I volunteer to
Oh,
do.
oh, okay.
Hey, oh Nate, with low turnout, this is from Natalie. With low turnout for registered voters, what would you do to encourage the younger crowd to register and actually vote? They need to know the power in their vote for age 18 and on. Thank you, Natalie.
You know what? I wish I was one of those dancers. I wish I could really dance because there's some new dances out that they do, and I would love to just hit one of them dances in the streets and go viral on TikTok. But I think I lost those joints over time. So I don't know what I can do, but I do know that I have a lot. I was pretty popular in high school, and I
Okay.
think that I've built a little bit of a reputation over time with just building my own popularity outside of Thornton Township. And
Hmm.
with me being 33, I know that a lot of my classmates and people my age, they do converse now. They do talk about politics now. They do
Hmm.
talk about the community now, and they do have children. Some 18 and eight of age enough to vote,
Oh, wow.
and some married now with their partner, and they have families and friends within the community. So
Okay.
I am confident that a great deal of supporters my age and younger will come out and vote this go around,
Hmm.
especially with the help of the previous the the camaraderie with what's going on social media and the media with the new election going on. So my goal is to appear in a sense as a positive character to
Hmm.
not only influence the youth to move in this way as a young entrepreneur, but also get them to join the train because we onto some positive things. But
Hmm.
I got to get them to want the same thing.
So,
But
question.
yeah,
Do you, and I can say for myself, you lived in this community for a very long time. Do you find that a lot of your peers that you went to school with have now left the area?
I do. I do feel
Yeah.
like a lot of them left. I actually had a friend that moved to Texas, and she said she saw me on the video when the fight broke out, and
Oh,
she said she came and found my Instagram and she messaged me, but she got like 1 million followers now.
oh.
But she was like, "Boy, I knew that was you." Like, yeah, that was me over there. She said,
Did
"Stay
you
out of trouble." Uh,
did you go to school with Linda Terrell's son,
what's his name? Terrell sounds
Myro?
my
Oh,
Jamiron?
nah, Myro. No, you
Myro.
probably did. You went to Thorn Ridge.
No, I went to Thornwood.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. My son said he knew you. He said he was in the debate team. I don't know, but that's what he told me one time.
No, I don't. I was a debater for sure, but
Okay.
I don't know if I was in a debate team. I know I was in wrestling, track, and football, but
Oh.
I also did chess for a little while.
Chess. Okay.
So, but other than that, not the debate team.
Okay. Okay. And lastly, did you work with somebody when you was doing a cutting? Did you work with Fletcher? Somebody named
Yeah,
Fletcher. He
yeah,
played basketball.
yeah. I mean Fletcher.
Oh, he passed away. Fletcher. He's the same age as you are. He played basketball with Jackson.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I knew
passed away.
Fletcher. I didn't know he passed away.
He was unalive. Isn't it? If you look for the article in Annapolis, somebody unalived him
I
there
did not know that. You said where? Wait, he was where?
in Annapolis. That
Indianapolis.
was that was back in September. It happened recently. Fletcher Butler. Okay, because I know he did the cutting of the grass.
Right, and I noticed I haven't heard from him and seen him in a while. And it's
Yes,
crazy how life goes on. You just people just fade away. And you don't really know what happened.
yes, yes. Okay, now this is the question. I'm sorry. Nope, I found your question. We had a conversation after one of the township meetings. I asked you to tell me what genuinely in your heart and the changes that you want to see.
Um,
Oh, let me read it. He got a second part. And during that conversation, I saw the real, genuine Nate and fire in your eyes. I wish you would dig deeper into you and be on your own agenda because we need a change, not a continuation of before. Ah,
I heard that. I don't know how deep I can go. I think right now I'm in this protective mode because I'm in survival mode. So I'm going based off what I know. But
mm-hmm.
it's only when you can get into it that you can see the type of control you have. But as of right now, looking 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 at this monster we're dealing with, Thornton Township, I can only say what I want for it. But I have to see the full aspect of what we're dealing with here. I mean, I've seen it with the previous supervisor, yes, and 3 years ago I saw this. So we're looking at 3 years distance. So I've been holding this in and plotting on it, and I have my own ideas, granted, but once we get in, my mind can start to kind of shift things, and I'm sure we'll see a turnaround. But someone said that I may be acting or pretending right now, but I'll be honest, I am presenting myself a specific type of way because um, when you're going for a role or in a role, I do believe that you have to present yourself a specific type of way. You can't just be any way. So I plan to fit the description of what's necessary for the residents of Thornton Township and be that eventually. But I'm not just gonna just be any type of way. That's not it's not how I'm built. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to me.
Okay.
This is your campaign
Yeah,
and this
because
is for the
I
people.
do yeah, it is. You're right. I do feel like people look people are people judge a lot. And at first people would say, "Oh, he's inexperienced." Oh, but I have 14 years of experience and directly under the previous supervisor. And then
Mhm,
they say, "Oh, you should have ran as trustee first." Well, I would say that 14 years would be equivalent to 2 years as a trustee. And then
mhm,
considering the fact that I've helped the supervisor along the way, I've seen what he did and what he had to go through. I've seen the phone calls. He's up 3 a.m. having to handle business. I've seen what he had to endure.
mhm,
So, saying that I should have been a trustee first is kind of like saying that, imagine someone running for trustee and winning and not having any prior experience and then running for supervisor. They still wouldn't have had the experience that I had, you know? Um,
mhm.
but I think I'm in a unique position, and I mean
Mhm,
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm in a unique position. I'm young. I do understand that this is the largest township in the state of Illinois. I
mhm.
do understand that there are people out there that want to abolish townships. They were glad
True.
that Tiffany was causing a ruckus. You know, they were glad that Tiffany was causing a ruckus, and here I am coming in, beating all 8 objections, pro se, and beating 3 attorneys in court by myself with no representation. And it seems as though that I may be saving townships throughout the state of Illinois.
Mhm,
And I'm saving townships that are primarily made to focus on providing for low income families.
mhm.
So I may be a threat, but there are people trying to silence me. And if we look at the people that are trying to silence me, it's our own people.
Mm. Drop the mic on that. Um, Deborah, Mr. Fields, I hope you're victorious. I feel in my heart you are the next generation with a solid plan, and God has a plan for you. Don't be discouraged. There will be negativity, but keep pushing.
Okay, I got you.
Um, m- she Marie, she said, "Hello, Nate." NP, Nate Fields. I mean, she should put NF. Nate Fields and everyone. Does Nate have 333 t-shirts?
I do not have T-shirts, not yet.
Okay, we're gonna see you. We're gonna see you at the mall with them.
You know, I was plotting on a design. I'm trying to figure out something that's better than just a regular 333 right here and then something on the back. But
Okay.
I'm trying
I
to think
said I
of
was gonna keep. I saw Mr. Okay, let me. I'm
maybe
not
a
gonna keep you
jersey.
too much longer. Uh, Scan it. Oh, okay. Nope. Not even. I think you will captivate more people with your authentic self and be accountable to communicate it. Let's see. Common sense. Nate has great potential, but appears to be very unorganized with 30 days left. Way to go. What do you think about that?
Appears to be very unorganized with 30 days left to go. Um, that seems. I mean, it's an opinion. It may appear, but let's look at the opponents. Do they seem organized? You know, what am I doing that they're not? What are they doing that I'm not? You know, I don't know.
And
But
I if I'm not mistaken, when Napoleon Harris started, he started in a he didn't start what is he was it the representative or something?
a
He
senator,
a senator. He didn't start like in the local government when he got into office, started his political career.
right, right.
So,
Well,
and he was
he was an NFL player,
yes,
so he had NFL money,
yeah,
and he might still have NFL money.
I'm sure he does.
You know, that's what a lot of athletes do after they get
Hmm.
out of playing sports. You know, they start to get into politics, but you know,
Yeah,
it's not necessarily bad, but as long as
no,
it's necessary and what the community needs, that's what really matters. So
yeah, I was saying that no one mentioned his age. You're welcome, Antonia. I have to look through my eyes for not only my right now, but for my grandchildren' future as well. Okay, let's see. I never had an experience when I started my job. That's a true fact.
yeah, that's real.
Mr. Paul Roberts is in the house. Hello, hello to you too. We want another supervisor who shows his passion and discipline for serving the community, not someone primarily motivated to be popular through inoffensive compromise.
Paul always dropping gems, ain't
Paul always dropping
he?
gems.
You gotta take a deep breath.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I don't think you should focus on the negativity. You should focus more on what you wish and want for the people you serve. That's right.
Agree?
Oh, Lord, we got Tiffany
Oh
for
Lord.
mayor in the house.
Oh, Lord.
Uh, the Gerber baby.
Is it Gerber or Gerber? I always
That's
say Gerber.
Gerber.
I always say Gerber. I don't know.
Uh,
Really don't. I don't really agree.
okay.
Every driver position comes with a learning curve, and Nate is obviously more prepared than most are. Thank you, Real McCoy.
Yes, if you can get in front of those attorneys who went to school, what, 8 years, and still get on that ballot, you can't deny what he has. Okay, let's see. Napoleon is running as a Democrat. Where do you run? He's running as an independent.
I'm running as an independent candidate. Yes.
Yes. That's why it takes me a long time to get off the internet sometimes because I be reading the questions.
I'm in
Uh,
diapers.
what? Nathan, okay, we want to, I don't know. I think that's not fair because in other places, everybody gets an opportunity. Hey, Mr. Paul Roberts, I've watched Nate in several interviews and he has some very unique ideas. And it seems he knows exactly where the starting point is financial. Hey, listen, um, listen. If Paul Roberts said it, it must be true because he does his facts checks now.
Hmm.
And don't forget to, that's right. I had some mods in here. Tanya gonna take care of them other trolls. Hey, just a tip, Nate. When you're answering a what's that perceived criticism, you probably would do better explain how you're organized as opposed to how your opponent may not be. So basically, people want you to show that you're your own man.
Well, I would like to explain that I'm organized and how organized I am, but I don't want to put too much of what I'm doing out there. If
Hmm.
that makes any sense. I feel like I am organized, but the person that made the comment said that it seemed that I'm unorganized. That's only
Hmm.
because I'm not putting out there exactly what I'm doing. But I completely understood the comment and how they worded it, but I'm very organized. I have a dry erase board right here that I love to write on. I got my little tapper, my tapper that I tap on the dry erase board. I got a list of names. I sent out
Hmm.
50 mailers. If you want to know, sent out 50 mailers today. Um, I'm doing more tomorrow, and I'm working behind the scenes. But rest assured, I am working to the best of my abilities, and we'll see some of that after moving forward.
Oh, great. That's good to hear. Let's see. And that's going to be our very last question. I promise this time. Okay, nope, not even. How are we to make an informed vote if you don't inform us? Okay.
Inform you that I'm organized.
They just, maybe they can, that's a good question. Let me go back. And nope, not me. Can you elaborate for us or for Nate?
I was
How can we make an informed vote if, like, if you don't inform us, how will we know? Like, if we supposed to not like we're not supposed to guess what he's saying. So I guess she's saying like just tell us, so no
okay.
one can.
Okay.
There's no
So
in between.
well,
Nate
let me
said it,
know.
and it's what it is.
Okay, if you want me to inform you more, then I'll do that. If that's what you're insinuating, but for me to answer the question, I'd like to know more about what you would like to be informed about. Exactly what I'm doing. How about you subscribe on my site, and I'll send you emails. How about that?
I
Subscribe
like
on my
that.
site, and I will send you updates and emails.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Ah,
and
overall plans. Okay, okay.
yeah, and
Overall
he's been on here for 2 hours and 18 minutes. So he really has been. If you and you may have to go back from the beginning and watch the video. He has been explaining a lot and answering a lot of questions. So yes, has anyone? I don't know what that means. Okay, I always say the last one. Uh, and then so we saying that we haven't heard nothing from Napoleon.
I'm sure he's very hard at work at his senator position, and his birthday just passed yesterday, and
Oh,
he's got a he's got a handful, And so,
So
uh,
how's he gonna take care of Thornton Township?
well, I'm sure he's depending on his administration or whoever he has doing things for him on his behalf. So,
It just seemed to me that it's a full-time position, so we need a person who's gonna be there full-time, not part-time. And that's just me.
no, I agree. And with it being the largest township in the state of Illinois, everybody's across the nation is keying in on Thornton Township.
Thank you, Real McCoy. Yes, that is true. Hey, Lady Luck Club.
Hey, Lady Luck. Okay. I just got an
Yes,
email from you. I think I responded if I'm not mistaken.
yes. And I'm telling I'll be on here for a long time. Oh, someone local is better too.
It's true.
Yes, Napoleon can afford more staff members than Nate can. That's the problem that I have with Napoleon Harris. I'm like, you not here full time. This is you getting a full time check with you doing a part time job. That's not really the math ain't mathing. Oh, she said I'll check my email. Okay, I don't think a person who already holds a position of politics should hold another one. It's a conflict of interest. Yeah, really, truly facts. But what can we say, right?
Well, you can say a lot. It's really up to the people. We're just given a list of things we can choose from, and we have to choose wisely. You
Yeah,
know,
but everybody, what mayor in in the Southland? I don't know where outside of that doesn't have two jobs.
yeah, it has become because people aren't as interested. I would like to see more
Mm,
people running for office, but it seems like politics is drying up, and as the my elders get older, it seems like more people are starting to not be interested, and as that my elders know the game, they're like, okay, nobody's running here, so I'll just take it. Nobody wants the money. I'll have two, then I'll have three. You
yeah.
know, and so that's what it's becoming. But we have to find a way to make Thornton Town. Well, I'm sorry, Thornton Township. We have to find a way to make politics more entertaining. Have you heard of Kai Cenat?
I love me some Casanat, and I'm
Okay.
old.
Okay, he streams and he gets a lot of streams.
He sure
I
does.
I think that we would go a long way with transparency if we started to stream in politics. Now, if I came out as a streamer and everyone's
Yes,
seeing me working all the time or seeing what I was doing in the community all the time,
yes.
then that will open up the gates for young people to say, "Oh man, he getting a lot of views. He kind of popular off this streaming thing." But it's
Mm-hmm.
also showing accountability. It shows that we're doing what we're supposed to do, and we got the people watching it, and they fixing my crown along the way. You know,
Yep. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And I really think, and I'm just saying, I really think that Kai Cenat really is the blueprint on what how things is he's the blueprint, and you can really use that anywhere in your life, in your political, all of that, because
can you
it
give me
make
1 second, please?
oh go
Okay,
ahead.
all right, real quick.
I appreciate it. Yes, I appreciate everyone coming in. I did not mean to keep Nate this long. I swear I was trying to be respectful. And as always, I see they contradict some of the issue with Paul Roberts stated that Napoleon can afford more staff members. Um, yeah, well, so yeah, guys, not this is a grown folks stuff. Even though it's grown folks, and I again, if you watch his show, it really teaches some things outside of. It's not. Don't look at it as because he's a young person. And I think that's a lot of problem. We scared to think scared of young people though. The real McCoy Napoleon is wealthier than most people who lives in Thornton Township. Excuse me, I don't know why I said that. He can afford and outsource some of his tasks to others to save himself time. Paul Roberts, he puts it down. So, but again, I want to say, Nate, I ain't gonna hold you. I just appreciate it. You kept you are a man of your word. Oh wait a minute, somebody said it. They buying another. Oh, I got to put that up because they get some more stuff from you.
Okay.
I gotta find it. Oh gosh, yes, somebody is buying. Okay, I think was it Mike? They're buying something else from you. God,
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
He's buying two more signs. Two more signs are on the way.
Okay. Okay.
So I did
Okay.
let you know that.
So I want to let you guys know
Hold
that
on, let me let you have it.
I will be at shift tomorrow. Okay. So I will be at shift, and I will see you there if you do show up. And I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. But I do want to thank you for having me. Okay, Miss Love. And let's see. On real, if you want to be taken seriously, take those earrings out. Take that cap off. You're giving off my energy. Okay. You're giving off my energy. What is that? But I will be a shift. So thank you for having me, Miss Love, and please invite me on at
Yes,
a later time for sure. And
definitely, definitely. And again, I sign up on the things to volunteer. So don't forget me. I'll be waiting.
okay, okay,
All right. Thank you, Nate.
all right.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Virtual hug. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Now I didn't where my mods? I ain't got dang you. You couldn't catch the we gonna have to get rid of some of these trolls up in here. Man, it was shows. I was surprised Tiffany for mayor normally not that bad. How about that Tiffany was mayor at look I couldn't catch him. Hey, scrolling below is Nate Fields' website. Nate Fields for Thornton. You can go and get a hat or a hat, some donations, and get a sign if you are in the Thornton Township area. Yes. Yeah, no, man, I know Tanya couldn't I know this we wasn't ready for that. Yeah, yes. Oh, I need it. Nate, you have always presented yourself in a professional way, regardless of the situation. And oh, he's still on that. Nate, I thought you left. Uh Nate, go to bed. Nah, just man. Regardless of the situation, you got on a tie and a cap. Forget what they are saying. That's right. We don't know where these trolls come from, and we don't normally have them kind of trolls. Great interview. That's what Mike says. Tiffany likes attention, and we don't know what they done had something to drink because we don't normally have that kind of shenanigans up in here. Up in here. Tiffany is a troll. I got a good laugh on a troll last night. Man, I like, I didn't want to be, I didn't even, oh gosh, Lady Luck Club. I didn't see that one coming. Uh, yes, thank you. No, thank you all for coming. Because let me tell you, Nate was supposed to come on the show last night. And because of the election, I kind of like, oh, I didn't blow it off. I didn't respond. I didn't say anything. Then he sent me a message at 8 o'clock. He said, are we still are we still interviewing today? I was like, oh gosh, yes. Oh my God. And it was only one person in the room with me. That was hilarious. And he still did it. So thank you, Lady Luck Club. It was good. I'm glad I got it done. Oh, not a troll. Yeah, not a troll. Give Nate a chance. He's a breath of fresh air. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Oh no, thank you, Common Sense. And I'm glad that you were able to catch the live. Note to donors, you have to spell out your state name. Oh, when you do it. Okay. Love the interview. Thank you, the real McCoy. I love you that you were here and you was throwing out the question. I appreciate that. He's gonna catch hell against the Democratic machine. It's gonna be interesting, but I think he has enough people out here to give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? Again, I know who Kai Cenat is, and I really appreciate him and what he's doing. And really, he shows like young people what hard work looks like. So, and that's what he's doing. Well done. I'm so impressed with him. That's how I was. That's how I am also. And I had told him that when I first met, uh, when I heard that Nate was first running, I was like, I ain't voting for him. And then when I went to that electoral election where they were trying to knock him off the ballot, and he was speaking so eloquently, I said, "Oh, okay. He the real McCoy here now. I appreciate him." And I said, ever since then, I said, "Okay, I'm gonna vote for you. I appreciate what you're doing out here." Me too, Lady Luck. I just wish I lived there so that I could help him with his campaign. Yeah, you need to come get you one of Tiffany's Airbnbs. Bees in the trap. Yes, I'm going. I am. I tell my I'll pass out at the polls. I've never done it before, but I'll do it. Let's see. Has anyone seen a single? No. Has anyone seen a single interview with Napoleon for this seat? No, no. And Nate said it towards the end that, or Jerome, that Napoleon's birthday was yesterday or yesterday. And, he's downstate, so he's doing that also. So he ain't got time for us, honey. I'm not staying in that girl. No, that's funny. I know, right? Me either. Me either. Is there any Airbnbs in Dalton I'd be weary of? Uh, give Nate a chance like you gave me. Is this the same Tiffany? Is this the same troll? Give Nate a chance like you gave me. Oh gosh, is he the troll? Because I am. We're not doing it. We don't play them kind of games up in here, sir. Not here, sir. That was funny. Yes, and I had just had did a live for about 2 hours. Oh, these long lives. But yes, I'm glad everyone had a chance. If you haven't, go back and rewatch the video. But Nate, I think it was around 8:30. 8:30? It was like 8:10, 8:15. We got on. Definitely a troll. Okay, I don't have the patience. So good luck to you, troll. Nate is the only public servant running for the township supervisor. The other two are politicians. I look forward to the Lansing Journal asking questions to all three. And you know they ain't gonna. I don't see they gonna have a hard time getting Napoleon Harris. And I don't know who the Republican is. Make me a mod. Okay. All right. I'm gonna make you a mod. Let's see. Because really, you been here. I appreciated you too. Uh, um, man, she was the only one in the room. Mm. Oh, it's coming late. Okay. Um, mm, 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 mm. Make me a mod for two. Make me for a minute or two. Okay. Hey, Lady Luck. I watch your channel. You had me laughing so hard. Love you. Keep up the good work. Rasta. Lady Luck Airbnb has bed bugs and cigarette holes in the mattress. Oh, hecky no. Um, that don't seem too healthy, does it? I don't see you on here. Hmm. Oh, there it is. Okay. Uh. All right. Gotcha. Let's see where we at now. I'll be on here all night. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay. Hey, George. Napoleon. Nope. Nope. Napo. Gonna flood the area with signs and billboards and etc. I want to see this. Nope. Not even. Hey, Rosa. Rosa. Rasta. We all know she was a slumlord. Jeez. You forgot to mention the mod. The mole. Who's the mole? Oh, and the moles. Oh, I know what y'all talking about now. I did mention to say, ladies, keep up the good job because I watch your channel all the time. Thank you, Rosa. Rosa, appreciate you so, so much. George, hey, Lady Luck. I'm sure you heard all the time, Lady Luck. You're a natural born comedian. Go on, girl. Yes, so, well, I'm not gonna hold you. I just glad we got that out today. Hold on. Oh, just a thought. What is Napoleon? Just the boot Tiffany out, and he has no intention of taking a seat. He's gonna take that seat. And I realize now he really gonna take that seat because um the mayor of Calumet City, he got a downstate job also. So he keeping what if? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not even. Hey, don't forget to go to Nate Fields' um, page, his website, and support him not only with your words but with your money. Help the brother get into that office. George, I was told that a few times, but I actually like being an analyst. Oh, she's good at. She's definitely an analyst. Just me. Okay, Napo is the charge or is the charge of the Democrat. Their budget is his. Yes. Hey Tanya, no apology, just me. I'm inexperienced in these YouTube streets. Didn't know I could just ask you to make me a mod. Well, no, not okay. Dang it. No, you don't. I don't just make people a mod, but the person I just made a mod to had been in the group with me since there was one person in there. But I'm gonna make you a mod. I got you. Is this the year that the people will vote against the machine? Drop the mic on that, Paul Roberts. Do you think so? A change is coming. A change has to come. It's gonna be forced. And like I told Nate, he needs a there's different communities that they are not being tapped into. And in order make a to make it right and balanced, you gotta tap into these different communities. I hope Napoleon remains a state senator and Nate wins supervisor. I hope so too. But there's other communities that he's gonna have to politic in order for him to get more votes. And I meant like Homewood, right? When we went to Homewood for that Democratic election caucus, excuse me, it was crowded outside, but we was in Homewood. Like we gotta get, but you normally don't hear them talk about Homewood, right? You don't really normally hear them talk about Hazelcrest, Blue Island. There's so many, 17 different communities. I don't know how he gonna make all 17 or get enough signs or something to get out here and push himself for the Thornton Township position. But if you don't use the Thornton Township, you're not gonna even it ain't even gonna affect you, to be honest. Grassroots roots would determine that. Yes, he need a lot of feet on the ground. Matt, how you doing? How you doing? Do y'all not realize there's a different party or just damn Democrats? Lady Luck, we all love how you break things down by analyzing things for us, but you added the comedy. Yes, we appreciate that. Well, I'm gonna go. Okay. I just want to say again, thank you, everyone. Come on. Okay, we got you, Matt. There's a Democrat Party and there's a mega, mega, mega. Tell it coming. And listen, it's been great chit chatting with y'all. And I'm glad that you all was able to come out. I know I didn't post it. Yeah, hey, Rosa. Thank you, baby girl. Oh, gosh. Well, we can have this conversation on the other side, but I am about to let you all go. Have a great evening. Don't forget to go to Nate Fields' website and not only talk about it, but put your mouth where your money at and support him. And I hope he has changed one or two minds tonight. And that's important. Well, Mike, and thank you so much for being here from the beginning with me. If he helps to get people out to vote, I think he will increase his exposure. Yeah. Hey, brilliant disguise. Yes. Yeah. But I think he has to get outside of Harvey, Riverdale, Dalton, and Calumet City. He got to attack those other, what's that? 13 communities. Just saying. Thank you, Lady Luck Club. I tried my best, girl. I tried. And thank you, Coffee. Coffee came up, my co-host. And other than that, and everyone else, thank you for being involved. You have a great. Oh, she just snuck in. I appreciate it. Yeah, you have a great evening. And don't forget on Friday on the Morning Mac show at 9 a.m., he's going to have the other Tiffany. I mean, Tiffany, the owner of the St. Patrick's Restaurant in Dalton. And this is going to be very interesting, right? So, yeah, let me, oh, thank you. Nope, not even. Right. Please hit that like on your way out. Oh, let's see. Paul Roberts, I got to give him his respect. Ask the Thornton Township Republican if they will give Keith Price a position in the administration. Sheesh. All right. With that being said, I'll be on here all night. Take care. Have a good night. And I'll definitely see you tomorrow. Good night.